son of a bitch. I know you're never gonna watch this episode, but I hate you.
What the? Look, it's.
I mean, I read that.
I was gonna say it.
It's his choices, man.
He misjudged how much he could drink.
No.
He's tiny. Come on.
Yeah,
he couldn't drink that much.
Yeah, come on. He only has a certain amount of space he can fill up.
Yeah, and Matthew is helping him.
We're not blaming Matthew.
Okay. We're not blaming
Matthew. Being a responsible friend.
Matthew is being a good boy, a good friend. David,
he's so
good luck.
David, we suffered from the consequences of your actions.
So,
Bless you.
Thank you. Oh God! All right. So, where we left off. Frankly, not a ton happened. I'm not gonna have y'all do the player recap. The party made their way to the cache that Erin had detected or predicted, and upon arriving at the location that Erin determined, I'm leaking through you, Tyler. Anyway, my voice is echoing through your mic. I don't know what.
Oh,
like a lot. Thank you. But yeah, the party found the seer, battered, exhausted, frail, weak, starving, any number of words to describe that. He was he wasn't looking good, not good at all. And so naturally, Vico assaulted him in broad daylight, very aggressively because he wanted his sword back. And after a mildly annoying fight where he was teleporting between buildings to try and find an escape route, Vico did get exactly that. He got a sword. And then Tippy ate the body.
Which was a little concerning.
I feel like little is putting it lightly.
It was a big concerning.
Vico and Tippy had a conversation about how she shouldn't eat bodies, and I don't remember exactly how it landed, but it
was not receptive to it.
Yeah, did not go well. They continued to meander their way through the ancient city, and at a certain point, Erin had a breakdown, mentioned things about someone being there, of being chased, and then jumped into an irrigation ditch, covered himself in mud, and then had a seizure.
Sounds about right.
Didn't have a great time, that one.
Gonna have a bad time.
And so that night, the party was able to find a watchtower within the city that, upon making their way into, were able to fortify enough to feel comfortable to sleep the night here safely without worry of being harassed. Of course, people still kept watch, but overall, it was a safe, calm night. At this point, I am going to walk back some stuff that I have done. We did something a little experimental for this area, and I'm not too terribly happy with it. So I'm just gonna say, screw that. Y'all have still made this progress. Y'all still made your way through the city for 4 days. However, tonight you are going to get a long rest. Not that it should affect y'all too terribly one way or the other, but no special BS keeping you from just hitting the button. You all sleep the night comfortably enough with little to no disturbance. The following morning, I would like for y'all to determine a goal. So far, y'all have walked
500 miles and we will walk 500 more.
Oh, is winning a goal?
Right. So
I'd say this.
right now, the party's objective is to find Talistar's phylactery that is hidden somewhere in the Deadlands.
Right. This is exactly.
Y'all dropped in, made your way into what appeared to be an enormous ancient city. And after entering into the ruins, y'all have wandered for, at this point, 4 days. 4 calendar days. You have done nothing but walk through this town. You have stuck close enough to the edge that Uriel can keep an eye on it, as you have made a big-ass circle. Y'all have changed from the initial east direction that y'all were heading to north at this point, to keep along the far outer wall. Where would y'all like to go? Would y'all like to continue to follow the wall? Would you like to make your way inward? Y'all have already been traveling for 4 days. For some of you, the codes that you were told to memorize are starting to fade a little bit.
Seems more like a direction than a goal.
Yes.
You know what?
Paul.
You know what I say?
What
Do we have the same?
Let's just go along the wall.
Do we have the same
What?
sets of codes? I forgot if
Yes.
it's like a. Okay.
It
Yeah.
changes day by day.
Change
Yeah,
by day
yeah,
by day,
but
and who you interact
I was
with, but
wondering-
we all have the same set.
Yeah, that's what I was asking, because if so, then while we're resting, Erin could try drilling people on the codes that they should know.
If you'd like to do that, you can.
If we're gonna do that, let's stay somewhere very.
Michael, you
Avoidant.
still haven't fixed the goddamn sheet.
Because it hasn't become important yet, but it will, and by the time it does, I will
won't have
fixed it.
fixed it.
Yeah.
Sure, fine.
Yeah, I wouldn't do this while we're walking, but while we're like long resting. If we consider ourselves safe enough to be long resting, then we could. Any silence wouldn't work. I don't think.
Keep yourself silent as well.
It might be worth just going up to each person and whispering individually, like, this is the code that you need to know for the next day.
But how do you know one of us isn't a mimic?
If one of y'all is already a mimic, then we're fucked up.
Dude, if I'm a mimic and I don't know it, I'd be so scared.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell y'all
I mean,
so that you'd keep playing.
where's
the character the same.
Uriel?
That's
Uriel
true.
is-
You've actually been
Uriel-
playing Vico. You've actually been playing a mimic the entire campaign. Oh, what?
Uriel got replaced with a synth overnight.
Yeah.
Dude, I
Uriel
can't believe
is
that the
T-posing
Institute did
in the
this.
corner. Uriel is
That's not
T-posing
very
in the corner.
Uriel-like behavior.
It's not. She's spinning, and Tippy is T-posing and spinning on her shoulder, and on her other
They're like
shoulder.
Minecraft items.
Samil.
Yeah. And on her other shoulder, Samil is just there, getting a little dizzy and visibly concerned about the both of them.
He's just quirky. They're just quirky.
He's just classist.
They're just quirky, Vico.
I don't. Okay, so okay, Tasha. Tippy, I understand. Uriel, I don't.
No. She's my sister. I've seen this. It's a classic spinning.
Classic dough technique.
What direction are we going?
I don't know what direction she's going, but like it seems to be in a circle.
It's in a counterclockwise motion or something.
Well, if she's going in a circle, maybe we should go in a circle too.
I don't know. I don't know if I trust that logic.
Well, you didn't provide anything.
Michael, can we see the map?
Yeah.
I can. So I can give y'all. So ignore. How about this? I'm gonna move y'all to this map,
Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah.
and I'm going to reveal everything.
Ignore everything.
Where things are on the map is no longer accurate. So but I'll let y'all know like where y'all are in relation to the ship.
Okay.
I think
I definitely think we should stick along the border.
So y'all are the heart.
Ooh.
Everything else is now inaccurate.
Okay.
The game has changed. However, the heart is where y'all are relative to the entire location.
Yeah, it makes sense that the big guy's in the
We
middle.
started here. We've rotated all the way into the city. We moved along.
I really think we should just scout out the perimeter.
Yeah.
And then
Because let's say we like meet up with the drow in the middle, we can just split right down the center.
might be just most effective to stay around on the edge, get an idea, and like slowly move inward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have.
I like the idea of meeting up with the drow army at the if we're
If that's
both adhering to the same idea of moving around the perimeter first, then 1, 2,
Right.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I'm not opposed to going around the perimeter because at the end of the day, it's completely random and we don't know where it is. It could be anywhere.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But we do want to be quick about this because we do have a limited
Yeah.
time frame to when the codes last. Because that's a contrivance that was built into this.
Yeah.
Um,
To be clear, y'all have, assuming everyone has perfect memory, y'all have 20 days worth of codes, and it's taking y'all 4 days to make your way around a quarter of the city.
Well, that seems like a
Yeah.
skill issue on the person who made the game's part.
We only have one way we can go. We're in a rest area right now, right, Michael?
Yeah. As I mentioned before, this is no longer accurate. This was just to give y'all a sense of the scale and a sense of where y'all are relative to the rest of the thing. Y'all can go in any direction. Y'all can do whatever you want. The tiles no longer apply.
We just cut straight to the middle.
No.
You
So, Michael, does that
you
mean
could just
that
walk straight to the middle if you wanted.
Does that
The
skill you
frustrating-
gave me the other day no longer apply either?
I think that the frustrating part of not having a map is not really knowing exactly where we're supposed to go.
Well, also,
Yeah, y'all don't have a map of the area.
well,
So
for the most part, we didn't know that this was here in the first place.
I don't. Michael,
yes.
this might be a weird question. Totally understand if you say no to this. Can I sense directions of more corruption?
It would be extremely difficult to do.
Okay.
But you
But
could,
if I were to over the period of multiple days consistently use my detect evil and good and my my divine senses, could I hone in on that over the course of days? It might be harder to do it at first, but
it is a very, very large area.
okay.
However, if you did it for multiple days at a time, it would get easier over time.
Okay, just understanding how the change of the land feels in relation to our changing position. Can I make a religion check using my divine sense? I'm assuming it's gonna be a difficult one, just to start the day off.
A religion check to see what? What are you looking for?
To gauge any directions, any stronger directions of corruption.
That would be. You are essentially using a very odd form of. You're trying to play hot or cold with this,
Okay.
but it's such a large area that it's these minute little differences. You can make me a survival check with it.
I will make you a survival
And
check
that'll be like for the day.
for the
It's a
day.
transmutation circle under the whole country.
That's a 5.
You're not sure, but that you're getting a feel for it. You'll the more days in a row that you do it, the easier it'll get to start to suss out. But for now, no clue.
I can't really gauge any directions, any pull to this magic yet. It's like I said, it's similar to the forest, but with the forest, we at the very least had a stronger idea of where to go to begin with, and I could sense, the changing magic along that line. But right now, we're just kind of wandering. I mean, the point of this enemy is that it could be anywhere, take the face of anyone. It's not exactly meant to be a conspicuous force.
So, I mean, that's the difficulty of it.
I think we should just keep moving. This will allow me to slowly hone in, use my magic to slowly hone in the source, at least a vague idea of the source of this corruption. And very similar to the Orc tribe, that will lead us to the phylactery.
We hope.
No, not the
Sound
crab.
plan.
I don't think it could hurt to experiment with our directions.
No. Might actually help.
What?
I mean, the unfortunate fact of the matter is that anything could harm us, but since we have no way of knowing which directions are less promising than others, then it relatively doesn't hurt to make adjustments as we go.
Nope.
Well, if your technique can lead us in some direction, then it doesn't really matter where we pick right now.
I guess not.
We could stick to the edge of the city. It'll point a direction, at least, inwards, or to the other side.
Yes.
But how about we travel a day or so north, and depending on what you feel like, we can start to move inward.
That sounds... I guess that's the best we can do right now. Like I said, it might take me a little while to get used to this. It's hard whenever it's this massive of an area.
It was quite a large city.
Mm-hmm.
So sounds to me like y'all are going to continue around the edge, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You completely missed the point of that conversation. Mike.
Yeah, we're leaving. What are you
much
talking
going
about?
Fuck the
We're
drow.
getting the hell out of here. They can take care of it.
We're walking back to
Huh?
Titan, bitch.
So.
We're going to cast True Resurrection on the big skeleton.
Yeah, y'all continue to travel around the outside edge. The following day is another quiet one, traveling between the cramped halls of the abandoned buildings. As the day begins to run out, as the sun begins to set over the Sandstone Empire, Uriel flies down from above and informs you all that she sees what looks like a giant like humongous temple off in the distance.
To what god?
She doesn't recognize it as any god that she knows to exist. It's too far out to make out too many details anyway.
This could be an interesting. I think there was a lot of concerning stuff at the temple, the sort of temple in the York village. I think it would be worth checking out. There's something that I haven't been able to fully understand. It's just, there seems to be like a divine connotation to all this magic, but there's no way to do that without the intercession of divine forces.
Sure, I find it hard to believe that these two would be linked, no? It was... I mean, they were idolizing the creator, and this... I mean, this place must have been abandoned for centuries, at least.
But it could give us insight into the kind of forces that have been, I guess, orchestrating this madness. Everything that's occurred.
We might as well. It's... If Tadriel can glean any amount of information from that temple, I think would be worth it.
It's one of the few things that stands out. Different than the monotony of all of this. So, like, we know where we're going. At least it's something.
Alright.
I can't wait to find out that Talisar turned this entire city into his phylacteries.
You'll make your way towards the temple. It's another hour walk. At this point, y'all are starting to get pretty tired, but
I don't want to be tired.
you're on the verge of a forced march by the time you get there, but anyway.
Jesus, this must have been an awful city to live in.
Yeah. As y'all arrive, as the temple comes into view that Uriel was talking about, it is truly immense. Like, it is a like pyramidal structure that rivals like anything that y'all have seen if Titan didn't exist. This building is probably big enough to house like an entire like large village inside of it. Painted on the outside are sigils that seem to depict some form of story involving a boy.
And his howling tome.
Can I make a religion check or an insight check to analyze if it is like religious symbolatry? Like, would I know enough about how like this stuff is?
You can give me an insight check.
Okay, an insight check. We still don't know what god this is to.
No, you do not know what god this is to. Tadriel, as you get close enough to see these sigils, you're not sure what the like intended meaning is behind it. It is not reminiscent of anything that you are familiar with, and you're not sure what the interpretation is supposed to be. That being said, it's clearly very old.
Are there any similarities in the style between this and the Orc tribe?
You're not sure. It's far enough off that like probably not.
What about it gives away that it's a temple?
First of all, let me actually fucking look at it so I can describe it better. How do I describe this without just it is a pyramid. Much like, or I guess
Is it like
I'm
a South
saying-
American pyramid or like an African pyramid?
like an
Is it
African
a ziggurat?
Yeah.
like an African pyramid. I'm sitting here because a lot of the like incarnate stuff is like Egyptian, so I'm looking at it and I'm trying not to just say it looks like an Egyptian temple, but it does. That's exactly what you're looking at.
Like a necropolis.
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 The Tomb of 99 Emperors.
Can I have like many uses. I have like so many uses of divine sense and detect evil and good.
Divine sense. I always forgot. What exactly does divine sense give you? I forgot.
I can see celestials, fiends, undead, fae, hallowed areas, and desecrated areas.
So this does not appear to stand out from the rest of the rest of the city around it in terms of like spiritual nature. However, that's a pretty close range ability, correct? Like you have to
60 feet.
as you get like close enough to take a better look at it, Tadriel, you do notice that there is a approximately like 15-foot tall, 20-foot wide gate at the base of the temple, which is in front of a like small courtyard that opens up from the rest of the buildings with a shattered, just destroyed what used to be a fountain in the middle of it.
Are there any? This might be like a weird question. I mean, I got like because like the ziggurats and the pyramids were just like very core to the idea to like religious ideas of like the Egyptian culture. But like, are there any like religious practices or temples or gods or do any of the days? Does the worship of them like involve like does any of them involve pyramids or like distinct or like any kind of distinct like the pyramid?
So the idea of like a pyramid is common, but not this style of pyramid.
Okay, cool.
So it is like odd. The stone gate at the front has a statue on either side of it. One depicting a young, what appears to be human boy, and the other depicting a like mass of various creatures, all just like pouring out of an object in the middle.
My first thought, because you said like a young boy, like we learned that like the image of soul is that of a young child, right?
Soul, yes.
Okay. And when you say when you say massive animals, is it like are they conjoined or are they distinct?
Conjoined.
Conjoined, similar to the ones we saw at the tribe. I'm assuming this is the boy from the like upon like inspection I would be able to like would this be the young boy that's in the myth?
Likely so. He is like crouched over, facing away from the other statue, with his eyes closed and his ears covered.
Interesting. I think Erin.
Yes.
Maybe Falkner too. I mean, like you're both experience with like ruins.
Yes.
I mean, like, dude, I can't. Like, I'm having such a hard time gleaning any sort of any of the like religious symbolic, like the religious significance of any of this. But even though I can clearly tell, this is a temple. I know both of you have like an academic background, like you, Faulkner, like you specifically mentioned archaeology.
Yes. Falknir is quite adept in the practice of ruins.
I am, in fact. You made me. I completely forgot my backstory. I am, in fact, an archaeologist.
You're right. I am an archaeologist.
Hey, at least bro.
I'm a bit of an archaeologist myself.
Bro's literally Indiana Jones. He spends more time killing things than he does anything else.
Yep.
Falknir, what's your history modifier?
Histoire
And, like,
is... I have a +8.
Okay, that's actually better than Erin's. So maybe could we get a Falknir history roll with Erin helping him?
I would like to be able to discern. I would like to use my archaeologist background to try to figure out stuff with this. My background itself, the thing I get says I can discern the origin of it, the original purpose, and the builders. I can guess the original purpose is probably worship, but I would like to find out the god or whatever it's worshiping.
Go ahead and
What else could Talisar make us forget?
so it's historical knowledge specifies that in order to use it, you have to enter the place.
We haven't gone inside.
But no, you are still outside. You can make me a history check to try and ascertain anything from all of these external features, though.
And
Sure.
can Erin help with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Apparently help wasn't gonna help because I rolled 16 on both die. So this is a 24.
So, from what you're seeing outside, this is going to be, I guess, a little odd with a 24. You can ascertain that it definitely is nothing that you have seen in any of your travels and in any of your books.
Mm-hmm. And that's it.
Yes, this is definitely like not anything that has been around or like. First of all, it hasn't been spread across the rest of the continent because if it was, you would have seen it. Second of all, it even didn't have contact with the outside world because it at least would have been like recorded or written down if this civilization did have access to the outside world.
I see. This I've never seen or heard anything of something like this. I thought, I pulls out his notebook, starts writing. I really thought that we kind of found everything with it when it comes to old civilizations and stuff. But this place is, as far as I'm aware, something is like this has never been seen before and ever before by anyone.
Were there no expeditions to this area? I mean, I guess that makes sense. This is a pretty dangerous place.
Yes, the Badlands are notoriously poorly documented.
I'm sure there probably was some expeditions, but the people probably wound up dead.
Yeah.
I read what few papers that existed in the library in the capital, but nothing describing anything of this sort.
I
I
see.
could attempt to find out more. Maybe once we go inside, if we go inside, there might be something in there that could help me figure maybe something out. But I really just, as far as I'm aware, I've never even. This doesn't even exist anywhere else.
As you're discussing this, I guess the more perceptive among you would be Uriel and Tippy, but Uriel and Tippy point out that they think they hear sounds coming from out amongst the city.
What kind of sounds? Like zombies?
Hard to pick out, kind of quiet, shuffling.
Probably zombies.
Wow.
Oh, good God! What?
I know. I actually don't know what the fuck is wrong with my perception. I don't know why my perception is like that. I don't know. Wait, let me just real quick try rolling it to see if it adds 15. It adds 15. No, it doesn't. It adds 5. I don't know why it says 15, but it adds 5.
I don't know.
There is a part of me that really wants to go into these ruins and, answer some questions, but there's also part of me that does recognize the danger.
This whole place is wrong in danger, Tadriel.
Well, for all we know, the phylactery could be right there.
Yeah, I guess you're right, but there's no real distinctness to the amount of desecration here, which is completely unlike the Orc tribe. But I guess the implication of that would be, he got better at hiding it.
We can spare a few minutes to scout out the inside. In and out 20-minute adventure.
In and out 20-minute adventure.
I
always
doubt
say
it's going
that.
to be 20 minutes.
20
We've never
minutes.
said that.
20 minutes.
Well, not that specifically, but
Not that specific.
to be fair,
group-
Tadriel, the
they were.
journey to the Western Fort was supposed to be 2 days, and look at where we are now.
Well, I mean, we technically got back from the Western Border.
Yes.
It's just everything after.
Everything, you know what I mean.
But I guess
So
we only
20
said it
minutes
once,
in,
then.
20 minutes out, and then everything after that.
Look, Uriel would back me up if she was capable of it right now.
She looks a little bit... She's still being quirked up.
I think she ate a bad ration last
Catatonic.
night.
I think she might have been listening too much to that staff.
Yes,
Those things do.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Don't you still have it?
Yeah,
Oh, good
Tadriel
shit.
has it.
I...
Tadriel has the staff of dreams.
Tadriel looks in his pocket, looks over at Tippy. Tippy has it.
What?
Tippy in the middle of the night stole it.
It's between their two. It's between Tippy's tympanic membrane and Uriel's ear,
Say
and,
ear.
it's just-
Tippy,
and they're both
Tippy
just.
Tippy's like Gollum hunched over the staff of nightmares. Just like,
And it doesn't make sense.
Let's all go in.
So you go up to the stone door and realize as you push, nothing happens. You look, there's no handle, there's just decorative artwork on the door itself, and there is a seam down the middle, so it is clearly a door, but there is no handle. Pushing did nothing.
it's not the first time we've encountered a door like this.
I try to beefcake it.
You try to just brute
I'll-
force your way through.
Can
Yeah.
I help Tadriel beefcake it?
Yeah, all the strong people go ahead and do that.
Tadriel, give
My
me an
back.
athletics check with advantage.
Do this.
But-
Pull it up. Honkin' muscles.
Honk.
20.
All right, Tadriel. You, with Vico's help, y'all get your fingers on either side of the seam, and you manage to pull the doors apart very slowly. And by the time they get about an inch apart,
Oh.
a loud ringing sound begins emanating from inside of the temple.
Seems
Someone's
like
not
some sort
happy.
of anti-burglar alarm.
Oh, it's like the child. It's like that thing. That statue. That's what it means.
And
What?
no solution?
No.
Well, that's helpful.
It isn't.
Michael, can I
Although I
attempt
Close
to,
the door, or...
No.
Michael, can I attempt to dispel magic, Michael?
You can attempt to dispel magic.
I will
Keyword
attempt
attempt.
to dispel magic. I will attempt to dispel magic and let's go 4th level. One notch, one up.
Jeez.
All right, so all right. Yeah, Falknir, you. Yeah, Falknir, you. Would you like to describe your dispel magic real quick? Sorry, I have a lot
As
of
we
thought
walk
processes up here.
We walk in and this alarm starts sounding. Everybody starts freaking out, trying to figure out what to do. Potter just kind of whips out his book, kind of flips through it, adjusts his glasses a little. He doesn't have glasses. That's just a joke. Reads off his spell and conducts his hand movements. And as he kind of moves them a bit, it's a bit of like a greenish and a green and blue light kind of moving around with his hands and all. And then finally he sends the spell out into the air as it bursts and like shoots out across the top of the room, and the ringing stops. Or I assume it does. I don't know. Maybe the ring doesn't stop.
It does. It does.
Okay.
You don't need to roll. It was a low enough level spell that you could just lamau.
Good. All right,
Ringing
then.
stops.
That makes it a bit easier. Walks back. Keep walking into the temple.
So they didn't quite get it open yet, but it's after a couple seconds you're able to pull it most of the way open, enough for people to start making their way through. As you do this, you all begin to hear like shuffling noises coming from the darkness surrounding the temple. The more perceptive of you would pick out the sounds of hissing. It sounds like a horde of snakes is coming from outside in the darkness.
Snakes. I
I
hate
hate
snakes.
snakes.
Can we close that?
But y'all are able to force the door open. If y'all would like to go in, you are able to hurry in before.
With the snakes.
Before
Yeah, we'll
before
go
the before the snakes arrive.
I'm gonna go in for sure.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. I'm cool with that.
Cool. All right, now make your way inside, and you make your way inside, and you turn around, and the door's still open. Force it open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The two people that open it are gonna close it, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay.
This is the one time we get to willingly choose to close the goddamn door. Yes, of course I'm closing the goddamn door.
Alright, give me Tadriel or Vico, give me an athletics check with advantage.
What's your mod? Awesome.
8.
This
Hey,
is a
yeah,
very
you go right ahead.
different. It is a very different thing.
Ooh.
With a 15, now that you are trying to push a sliding door shut with no handle closed is
Hear me out.
not nearly as easy.
Hear me out. I'm gonna pop Vizaz. Get an extra set of hands.
Yeah, with Vezaz's help, you're able to get the door shut.
There we go.
As you do, you see emerging from the shadows outside, just in range of your dark vision. You begin to see these like human-sized snake-ish looking creatures. They have these like dark tendrils sticking out of their like back up towards their head, and they have just complete black voids where eyes would be, and there is from where you can see before you shut the door, you saw like at least 8 of them coming out of the darkness, and
Gods.
it sounded like there were more as you shut the door.
Well, hopefully we can find another way out of there, because whoever rigged this temple took a Piper method and decided to bring all the snakes towards us.
Oh, what?
There were snake creatures outside, humanoid snake creatures, and there was about 8 of them.
No, the other thing. Piper?
Yes, like someone who plays like a flute.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, there are old folk tales, wives' tales, that there were people who would drive snakes out of town by playing a flute or some sort of wooden instrument, leading the snakes away from town.
Snakes are in town.
Well, yes, but in this case it was leading the snakes towards the temple. Thus, the Piper method. Anyways.
Right.
So, I'll turn around. The inside of this temple is faded and dusty and surprisingly humid. After walking through a desert for 4 days, plus 5 days at this point, the inside
4
of this
days
temple...
plus 5 days, 9 days.
Yeah, 9 days. Half of you forget the codes entirely. You may or may not be a mimic. I won't tell you. Now, as there are what appear to be just like trees in pots growing down the entire like entrance hallway that seem completely healthy, which does not make any sense for them being locked away in here without any help for however many centuries or millennia it may have been since this place was last opened.
I'm gonna go over and inspect the trees. They're just like normal trees. Like everything looks normal about them.
Yeah. Looks like a normal ass tree.
An ash tree? That's...
It's an ash tree.
No. You go over to inspect it. The soil is like actively wet, like it was recently watered.
It's just this is recent. These things have recently been watered.
So someone's been here then.
So it would seem.
Is there some sort of Can Erin's funny like magic vision see anything around these trees?
I'm not gonna have you roll for that. There's nothing weird about them.
Okay. Because the alternative to someone being there would be some sort of magical, like, recurring watering system. But there's nothing like that, then yeah, someone's been here. Are there any signs around of, I don't know, footsteps or boot prints, wear and tear on the ground? Does anyone see anything like that?
And
Michael?
only the perceptive people were here.
They do not appear to see. Oh, sorry. Good God, brain is being bad. Tippy notices that the ground does look like it has been like worn, and Uriel notes that she can hear some really like muffled sounds coming from down the hallway that she can't really pick out through all of the echoing and reverb. It's too far away for her to pick out what it is, but she can hear something down the hall.
Is our company friendly or hostile?
Don't.
Well, unless the company's a ghost woman feeding birds, I'd assume.
Yeah, it's probably hostile. I mean, think about what we are.
Yes, be on our guard. Let's try not to attack unless provoked. Looks at Tippy.
Tippy's in trying to get the wand from Tadriel. Staff for her, wand for normal sized people. So y'all are making your way in? Question mark?
Yep.
Yes. As y'all get deeper in, other people begin to pick up on the sounds that Uriel was talking about. It sounds to many of you like the rumble of like many conversations. And as you continue down the hall, following the curvature of the pathway within the temple, you hear this swell and grow into the full-blown sounds of a party. And as the hallway comes to an end and opens up into an enormous amphitheater, or not amphitheater, okay, that's a terrible word, into just like an enormous space within the temple, you see probably just hundreds of humans just in here, having a time on all across the floor. There's a sort of balcony, like elevated second layer where you can see many people having conversation. There's a band playing up on a stage, keeping music for the entire place. And there's a young-ish human guy, probably in like his early 20s, sitting on like a chair near the entrance that like jumps as you'll walk in. He's like, where did you come from?
The
other room?
Who are you?
What? My name's Sam. What were y'all? Were y'all outside just now?
Perhaps.
In the middle of the night?
You didn't happen to hear a large bell ringing, did you?
Yeah, I thought it was just malfunctioning again. What?
I don't think.
Wait, so this. So you're not supposed to be out at night, but when the bell rings at night, you just assumed it was malfunction?
Well, if there was a problem, then like it would only be coming through here. What were y'all doing out at night?
I mean, we were walking, we were exploring, and then like we saw this place, and we decided to come in.
Come on, we gotta get you fed.
Let me answer your question with another question. Who are not your name? Who are you, and what are you doing here?
What? He just kind of like gives you a funny look.
Listen, Sam.
Inside shit.
You don't know me, and I don't know you. So how about before you take us anywhere, we clear the air?
Can Erin get a read on like the ethnicity of this dude?
He's
Don't be racist,
African
Michael.
American.
Oh God. I'm trying to think how to like even.
I'm trying to think of one of the other races that isn't white.
So hard.
I'm like trying to think about how to even answer this.
Yeah, I mean,
Erin,
like in canon, where does he seem like he's from? Like, is it I would assume like Serenians look different from
correct. It's more of.
Correct.
Correct.
Erin, give me a history check.
All right.
Uh,
That's a nat 1 for a total of 8. Let's go.
Yo?
So, like, you're not sure. Like, it's. You would think that this guy. So you would think that this guy is from like another continent. From what you've seen being on the boats and stuff, that's your best estimate. Is this guy was probably lived on another continent from this one.
Different from us.
He's different.
Ooh, yikes.
Sorry to interrupt Vico's question. I just wanted to.
No, go. It's fine. The more information that we have as players on this guy, the better.
Did you ask him what his ethnicity is?
No. Vico asked.
And he was just saying, sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah.
Tell me,
he
what,
just, like...
what race are you, boy?
No, he just,
you
like,
don't look
gives...
quiet.
He just like gives you a funny look, like he doesn't understand like what you're asking.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing in this temple? In
Keeping
this city?
watch.
Where do you come from, Sam?
Here, like everyone else.
Not helpful.
Here.
Are you trying to tell me that you came from somewhere other than here?
How do you define here?
We don't even look like you.
Yeah, spirit.
Spirit, a dragonborn. Tippy, a frog. One of us with angel
Actually,
wings.
sorry, I'm apparently having an aneurysm. He absolutely would think that that's weird. What the fuck am I doing? What is wrong with me? I'm
Well,
tired.
it is 12:30.
It's 12.
2.5
It's past
hours
my
left.
bedtime. It's past my bedtime. I'm sorry.
Yeah, your alarm went off 3 hours ago.
Yeah, I
Okay,
should be
Michael, I
dead.
give you permission to stay up past your bedtime.
Thank you.
No, go to bed. Go to fucking sleep.
Yeah, anyways, it's a lizard person and a
Exhausted.
small sentient
But
frog.
yeah, he
Yeah, he didn't notice until I said something.
he
That's how little he
wasn't-
regarded you, Spirit.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he wasn't
What?
really looking at the faces so much until you say that, and he looks back and he's just like,
Spirit just. Come
Wait,
on,
are you
Sam.
good?
Sam, you gonna answer my question or?
he looks up at you, and you know what? I'm gonna have to roll for this because I don't.
He passes out. He fucking dies.
Well,
has a heart attack.
he might react a certain way.
Dude, racist.
Actually, make it a D100 because I didn't think about that.
Spirit, can you wait to Sam because I can't?
No.
Let's come
I
together.
can't.
Shit.
I can't dominate person, Sam. We won.
Not. I rolled. Wait, is that even?
Michael, you good?
Oh no, I rolled a 10. I was like, did I just roll that? How does that work? Anyway. Good
What does
God.
Sam say? Racism to Sam Steele.
Just like. Ah! Sorry.
That's an interesting thing to say.
Vico,
Yeah,
Vico's,
yeah, he just
gripping-
wah. Yeah,
Vico's
he-
gripping
he's
Black
just-
Lotus very tightly now.
Yeah, he looks back up at you, Spirit. He like looks at you and just like freezes for a second. It's like,
Sam,
what?
good
Who?
question.
What? What are you?
Alright.
I'm
Damn.
not accustomed to Dragonborn, it seems.
And
What's
weird
with the
the word
frog?
is.
She's a compatriot.
Yeah.
Answer the question.
No need for the hostile tone, Vico.
I think he's just truly clueless.
Well, considering we didn't know that anybody in the city was alive until right now, I'd say this is a pretty big revelation.
Sam. Excuse me. What do your people call themselves?
We call ourselves humans. Oh,
Yeah. Great.
that's great, Sam.
Think, Sam.
I'm not sure what you mean. At this point, a couple of people are starting to like look y'all's direction.
The gawk at the non-white people.
Yeah, starting to
We
gawk
walked
at the
into an
non-white
Aryan
people,
Brotherhood meeting.
Yeah, jeez.
and also starting to look concerned for poor Sam, who appears to be in way over his head. As you know,
Well, maybe if Sam had answered the question.
he has been trained for two options. Other like normal people. Normal people come through the gate, and monsters come through the gate. Not he.
Ooh, yeah.
Monster people. I got it.
Not a
Okay.
mixed
I
Just-
see how it is.
Okay. Sam. is it okay if we just stay here for the night? Or like, when did the monsters come? The snake things? Is that just at night? Do they leave?
Yeah, the monsters mostly only come out at night. Could you please just stay here for a minute? I need to. And as he says that,
you're good.
as he says
Okay, you
that,
can stay.
a gong
can stay.
like rings out.
Where are you going?
They all
Right.
mobilize and they
No,
all
no,
start
no,
shooting at us.
Yeah, a gong like rings out over the rest of the sounds of the room, and you see his face like goes a little pale, just like, oh shit, not now. As everyone stops and begins to like collectively move out of the room. She's like,
Some sort of religious-
please, can you just stay here, please?
What is happening?
I don't know what I.
When you come back,
Okay,
make
can
sure you
you-
bring someone
someone-
who can answer the
someone
questions.
Okay, can you just please stay here for like a couple minutes? I have to go attend to something. And he just walks out with the rest of the crowd.
We should see what they're doing.
Yes. So
Agreed.
Actually, while Sam's like right in front of us, can I gaze of two minds him?
Do you have to touch him to do that?
Yeah, can I like pat him on the shoulder and be like, it's okay.
It's okay, buddy. Yeah, we'll stay here.
Yeah, we'll stay here. He technically has to be willing, but I think it would be fun.
his consent is dubious at best if he
Say-
doesn't know it's happening.
The T, Michael.
I'm gonna say he.
Michael, racists don't need to consent.
Say he doesn't quite understand this enough to like how do I Garrison, give me a number between 1 and 100.
They're gonna
34.
All right.
they're all gonna go into the room, and then
It
it's
works.
just gonna be the song from
Nice.
Pocahontas. Just the savages, they're not even human.
Yeah, they go into the other room and they're all just readying weapons to come kill y'all.
Not all of us, only Tippy and Spirit.
All right.
Well,
Yeah.
there's
Erin,
only one human
you-
here.
Yeah, Erin, you tap him on the
Yeah.
shoulder. You're like, "It's all right, buddy. We'll stay here." And then you go, blind and deaf. As you then see yourself patting yourself on the shoulder.
Yeah, nice. And I'll just relate whatever he sees for the next little bit.
She's like, all right, thank you. Right. And then he
And
runs
then
off to.
Spirit says, "We're gonna follow that guy, right?"
Oh, 100%. Also, there are people here
Yes.
in this city that has been dead for however many years.
A long time.
There are people who are living here and are used to the goings on here.
Apparently, they were out during the day as well.
And they're not ghosts. They're not apparitions. Yeah, Erin just touched him. Speaking of Erin, I think you can forgive me for trying to ask him some questions. And then Erin's just stonewalling me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron's. Hello.
Erin is beginning to relate whatever Sam's going to do.
Mm.
Yeah, you're just trying to get your answers, and you just start talking about random bullshit.
Erin starts having like an Oracle of Delphi moment.
Pretty much.
It's like if the Oracle of Delphi just like told you facts that you have no context for. Like he's walking through the door.
That's just the Oracle of Delphi.
He's coming into.
Oh, it's coming.
But it's not like cryptic riddles. It's just straight up
He's
facts.
just straight up telling you stuff that doesn't make sense.
Oh my god, he's.
What does our oracle see, Great DM?
Stop. Alright. Sorry. So, Erin, you observe as Sammy Boy, makes his way following the congregation as they all pool out of this room, and you see more people that weren't just in the party room coming out of various other chambers within the temple. Some in various states of dress, as it appears some people may have been sleeping. Some people were. You see one guy with like food stuck in his face, like he was in the middle of eating. And they all pool into a huge actual amphitheater. I used the word initially as we walked in. I was like, wait, bad idea. You watch as they all pool into an actual amphitheater with seats that progress down towards a small raised platform with various sigils painted all over it. At the front of... not at the front. On this stage, Sam got a real bad seat in the nosebleeds because he got held up. You make out there is some figure that makes his way up onto the stage, cloaked in dark robes. And following behind him is a nervous-looking woman who follows right behind him as he leads her on stage, and they begin to... The man begins to give a sort of sermon on the bounty of the world and on how blessed they are to have been granted the life that has been given to them by their god.
Oh god,
I don't know what you're talking about.
oh fuck, Waco.
Is there a specific name mentioned for the god, or is it just our god?
It is just our god.
Okay.
These guys suck.
And as he says this, a couple of other figures bring a table out from like backstage and sets it out on the stage in front of him, and the woman lays down in front of him, and as he continues to on the table, and as he continues to give the sermon, he pulls a long ornate knife out of his cloak.
Oh.
Spirit hearing this be described is gonna do that. Just so we're all
Probably
clear.
do something
Spirit's
about
gonna
that.
have his Jesus in the temple moment. He's gonna go in and he's gonna flip the tape.
Nah, that's someone else's problem. It's like, these people are weird and they're not helpful. I'm not... Whatever, man.
And he plunges the dagger into her stomach.
My god.
You guys are awful. You guys aren't doing anything about this.
No, everyone is watching. In fact, the crowd reaction appears to be very excited, almost giddy about this.
Come on.
As-
There's not a single hero among you guys. Not one that wants
It's a
to help.
religious sacrifice. It's a cultural
Oh, yeah, no,
thing.
no. These
Michael,
people,
word
these
of
people
mercy.
understand.
How
You
far
guys-
is she?
She, word of mercy.
I don't know if that's
She's
gonna work,
in, like,
buddy.
She's like hundreds of feet away. She's
Yeah,
in
we
a
are
completely
outside
We're not
of
even
the-
in the same room.
We're a completely different room away.
Erin is watching through through Gaze of Doom Minds. But
Erin is sitting here and just being like, okay, he pulled out a dagger. Okay, he's putting it. It's like, what the
It's
fuck
like,
is
okay,
he
they
on
pull out a
about?
table. The nervous lady is lying on a table. It's like, yeah, this isn't gonna end well, but I'm not gonna do anything about it.
yeah.
Okay, Vico's gonna start running
Humana.
his way towards the door.
Yeah, Vico, you start running your way towards the.
I'm
the-
yelling
the
to
building.
everybody.
You
I'm just
don't-
like, we need to put an end to this.
you
I'm
don't-
running with Vico. I'm going right. I'm going right after.
So
We'll help. We gotta go.
So y'all
Like,
don't
oh, gotta get the
really
job done.
know which direction you're going.
Oh, but Aaron gave us the directions, right? He communicated
He
what was
was
going
communicating
on.
what was going
Gary,
on.
if you're turning left, if you're turning
Right?
left, turning right.
All right.
They went-
Oh my god.
Everyone, give me insight checks.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. What's my insight?
I'm assuming that no one like tapped
Yeah.
is like
Oh.
dragging Aaron by the hand,
Yeah,
so
I'll
he's
drag
just
Aaron
staying.
along. I'm going a lot slower than these guys, so I'll just drag you along.
Insight. That's four.
I'm gonna roll the physical dice. Oh,
Thank God Falknir knows.
oh yikes, that's not very high.
Well, I'm going slower than everyone else, so I don't need to go fast. My insight's
So-
It's 5.
I would like to ask.
4, actually.
Well, sorry, Vico, Falknir, Tadriel. Are y'all going to stop to communicate to each other and figure out which way you think Erin meant, or are y'all going to just go the way that each of you thinks he meant?
That's a
If-
good damn question.
If Aaron was communicating, like he's like left, right, whatever the fuck, right, and somebody does know, Vico's gonna let them take the lead. Like,
If he communicates that, I feel like, man, I don't know who would have the best interpretation, but I would attempt to.
Faulkner having rolled an 18.
Well, the
Yeah,
way
I mean, it's
that, the way that I interpreted, the
It's
way
like
that
you're
this
all
went
you all
on
getting the
was-
same set of information, you're just interpreting it differently.
Yes,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
and that
Like, ooh,
I can't imagine, unless Erin, you think you would. I can't imagine that Erin would have any immediate reason to denote the exact directions to the location. Just like,
He
oh,
would
we're going
not.
down the hall. We're gonna
Yeah.
take a turn. We're going down the hall. Like things like that. So it's not like the entire time he was sitting there, like go up 3 doors, take a left,
Okay,
go up
well,
4.
let me ask this. Yeah, how is this all structured?
This is like a labyrinth.
Okay.
It's not like a labyrinth, but there's
It's confusing and we've never been here before.
It's
Yeah,
confusing.
confusing. I've never been here.
It uses an entirely different architectural language from the one that we know.
Ah, yes.
God damn it. Adventures always go left.
always go left. I agree with that.
It seems like Vico's going where he thinks he needs to go.
And
Yeah,
look,
alright.
It-
So-
upon
if
being
nobody
dragged, Aaron
else
would be
can
like,
help-
"Oh no."
And so you're all gonna make your way down the halls, and I will continue my explanation, and you'll just let me cook. Wait, I should anyway.
Michael.
No, so as I mentioned, he plunges the knife into her stomach, and she begins to kind of twitch and seize on the table.
Fuck.
The dagger begins to glow, and her flesh begins to rapidly grow up the knife and around his hands.
What the?
Ooh.
Before what appears to be a sapling sprouts out of the conglomeration around his hands.
It's very interesting, Aaron. Let's
before-
come on, pick up the pace a little bit.
Before,
Oh my god.
before rapidly growing into a tree.
They're making people trees.
They're growing people out of trees.
And as
They're growing trees
This
out of
is just
people.
like Speaker for the Dead.
and as the tree begins to bear these small, round, purple fruit, the back door of the amphitheater bursts open as Falknir rushes onto the scene.
Oh no.
Wait, I'm gonna roll a dice and see which idiot I follow. Because I'm pulling Erin along with me, and these guys like went different directions. Like, what the fuck?
Vico, the more I realize it is turning out to be like Zorro. He's this amazing swordsman. He just has a terrible sense of direction.
1, 2, Vico. 3, 4, Falknir, 5, 6. I follow Vico.
Let's go. Me and the boys.
So I'm pulling Erin along, unless like he snaps out.
Falknir's there. I really wished he weren't. This is not.
Dude. God,
Wait,
Falkner's
Falkner's
already
there? Then we picked the wrong direction.
There's only so much I can go off of with him in this state.
Yeah, Erin snapped out of it. That's what you were just saying.
No, I know.
Falknir, now you burst into the room, and for the the people in the back turn around. One of which being Sam, who turns around and he just immediately goes pale. Just, what are you doing here? The people at the far front don't even seem to notice as they get up and begin to each walk up one at a time in a line and pick a fruit off the tree and eat it before sitting back down in their seat.
Is the woman
My
like
body is your communion.
Her like entire abdomen is pretty much gone.
It's a lot of fruit.
She is not moving.
Yeah, I imagine
she's
there's
fucking
a tree in her stomach. I think you need to get that removed, lady.
This is obviously some sort of religious, cultural ritual, and I do not think that we should be intruding.
Well, then we should grab Falkner then.
bad?
I imagine he's intruding.
I don't know about you all. I draw the line at people fruit.
Yeah, Falkner, what are you doing?
All right.
Yeah, Falkner is
Sam gets up and he's gonna try and usher you out.
I'm going to grab Sam. What the fuck is he doing?
How am I supposed to?
That's it. I stab Sam.
Please God.
I'm not. I don't think we're supposed to tell people from. I don't think I'm supposed to tell you.
Tell me now or I slit your throat.
Jesus Christ, Falkner.
Channeling a little bit.
Give me an intimidation bit. Give me an intimidation check.
Oh, dude, I rolled 18. Wait, 18 plus 0, so 18.
Look, it's our ritual. There's not exactly. It's a gift from our god. There's not exactly food out in the desert.
Obviously, Vico's not here, but this is just a more advanced form of cannibalism. That's all this
You
is.
turn your own people into food?
Erin doesn't see an issue with this.
He doesn't see an issue with this either. He's more just concerned about the fact that he's telling someone who's not supposed to like.
And
be
he
here.
seems to be concerned about it and threatened to kill him.
Yeah.
Faulkner's concerned about it. Vico's not there, but Vico's concerned about it.
He's just like, I don't understand. Can you please let me go?
I'll let him go, and I'm going to at this point realizing that she's dead already. Like I can't help her, as far as I'm aware. And even if she wasn't dead, she most likely will be by the time I get up there. So I'm just gonna go stand in the back and like kind of like not close the doors, but kind of stand back there, calm myself down for a second, waiting for the others to show up.
As soon as you like step outside, he's just gonna like shut the door. He turns around to a lot of concerned people, and he's going to go about his day while Falknir is outside the door.
Pottinger's like rubbing his eyes, like this is so fucked.
Yeah. Eventually, the rest of the crew is able to make their way to you. The procession is still going on inside.
Falkner. I'm glad
Yeah.
to see that you're not dead.
Oh no. But that lady sure is.
Sounded like it.
Yeah, she became dinner.
That was the-
As soon as we get in there, Erin will drop Gaze of Two Minds and he'll be like, "Falkner, I'm very disappointed in you interrupting a cultural ritual. This should be one of the basic tenets: is you don't interfere when you're gathering information."
Well, to be fair, I affected almost no one except Sam.
There was a whole crowd of people that were very upset.
Fuck those people. Shit.
Yeah.
They're eating the fruit made from another person.
Sure.
Observation or not, inquisical or not, that's horrifying.
It's slightly
There's
disturbing.
so many things that are horrifying, but
I just
how
realized
they conduct their religious ceremonies is not for us to intrude upon.
Michael,
Yes.
if Tadriel gets there, may I pop a divine sense here, sire?
So you can. So
Yay.
are you gonna like peek peek through the door to look inside to see like?
Yes.
Oh
Okay,
man, he's
so-
peeping the horror.
He looks in and the woman's body is an undulating red mass. Tadriel dies.
I mean, like, kinda.
Actually,
But-
Talistar dies. It's just one person in the world who dies.
One person.
Talistar dies and everything.
Oh,
just
but he
fades
gets back.
away.
He just gets back up.
Tadriel is
Yeah, that is true.
Talistar.
He does just get
Yeah,
back up.
he just respawns.
It's like, oh damn it, what happened?
Tadriel, you look inside. This is like most definitely desecrated. This is some textbook shit.
It's just some textbook shit.
Yeah.
You know, when you're a young angel, you get the textbook.
No, no.
Vico
Look,
apparently missed out the textbook, bro. I mean,
No.
Yeah.
You get that after year 200.
Yeah.
fuck you.
Tadriel, you know for a fact. I'm gonna give you a little exposition. So, Tadriel, you are an archangel. You are familiar with the threats that divinity has to deal with. You don't know exactly which one this kind of derives from, but the entire religion of the world is extremely hinged upon the natural balance of the world. And a demon is anything that would serve to upset that balance. And this is like some classic, this is clearly a like some form of.
Seems like a game-breaking bug. It seems like the infinite food glitch.
Exactly. It is a demon of like bounty. This would be like worship. Like these people are essentially worshiping some kind of demon of bounty. Yeah, I was struggling to find the words, but that is like what.
As in, like a demon that like is like an oasis among this desert.
Kind of more so like there should not be enough food in this ecosystem to support this many people, and by like sacrificing people to this demon, they are conjuring way more like food than would ever naturally grow in this place.
Dude, the birth rate here must be insane. They're killing a person a day.
We don't know how long this route sustains them for.
How old is the woman they killed, Michael? How old was she?
She was probably like in her like 40s to 50s.
Jesus.
I'm about to kick the bucket anyways, guys. It's fine.
Yeah, to be fair.
Yeah, just look at Erin. He's about to kick the bucket. She's about to kick the bucket.
Erin, you should be the next one to be sacrificed.
Yes, if you.
I'm not part of this religion, so.
I'm not part
At
of
least on Al Gaib.
We can make a religion out of this.
I mean, all religions are cults. Just
okay.
It's a matter of size.
At some point or another, I wonder who the first person was who decided to murder a person and then turn them into a tree. I wonder who the first person to discover that was.
and then eat the person fruit from the tree.
It was John Human Sacrifice, and
Yeah. Look, there's a lot.
We've actually learned this. It was a Mr. John C. Demon.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, I've read about him.
Yes. It's a classic boilerplate demon influence.
So does Tadriel? Yeah, Tadriel's conveying to us that this is some sort of demon.
I don't. It's not. It's not.
Demon worship.
It's just, like from a magical perspective, this like represents a clear imbalance in the world in this place, and whatever force is here is just like this is like imbalance. So like the most probable cause is that something extraplanar, like a demon, is orchestrating what's happening here.
Is that going to be a problem for us?
I mean, do you consider demons a problem?
I wouldn't use the word orchestrating. I would use the word facilitating.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem like they're. It doesn't seem like they're going against their will.
Maybe not
Right.
now.
No, and that's the sad part.
Exactly. I mean, I wouldn't say that. That would imply that the demon lacks agency.
Either way, Vico, I also wouldn't. I wouldn't use the word sad. There's a concept when studying foreign cultures of not linguistic, it's a linguistic concept. Sorry, of prescriptivism and descriptivism. A word like sad is very prescriptive. It's saying this culture is bad, but
Erin.
Now, Erin, I agree that
This
other
is
cultures should be respected. This is killing people and eating their bodies.
I feel like no. This is also there's a strong implication of demonic influence, and this is also incredibly desiccated, much like what we're looking for.
This is cannibalism with extra steps.
And honestly, it's similar to how the Lich functions in a way. The sacrifice of another breaks the cycle of life.
did we get a read on the woman's attitude? Like, she was nervous, but did it seem like she was being coerced into this, or was this just something natural as part of
Yeah, Erin, you were able to gather from what you saw. She seemed nervous, but like she didn't seem scared.
Mhm.
And when when the act was performed, she was even maybe smiling.
It was probably like she got stage jitters. Like, this is like the biggest performance of her life.
Yeah.
This is like the biggest. This is the greatest act
This is
that she can
this
give.
is the big moment.
It is typical like cult behavior of I offer myself up to the group. This is like the biggest thing I can give. And so it's not like she's nervous and that like I don't want to fuck up and like disappoint everybody.
Yeah.
Which is sad. Like that is horrifying. But
In my opinion, it would only be an issue if it went beyond the bounds of whatever this small outcropping of humans is.
I mean, the implication is that there is a demon upon the land.
Whatever our moral standing on this issue is, we need to figure out what's going on, whether or not we should bother ourselves with doing it. If it has something to do with Talistar and the Mimic, then we get involved. If it doesn't, then we leave.
Agreed.
There's no point in arguing amongst ourselves whether this is right or wrong.
No.
right.
Michael, could the desecration, and the desecration is a clear byproduct of the phylactery, but could something like the demonic influence be influenced by that as well? Because the phylactery, this isn't the first time we've seen a tree drawing up the vital essence from human beings in order to for the benefit of others. What I'm asking is, could the desecration upon the land stemming from the presence of the phylactery have had a direct influence on the presence of demonic forces?
It's an interesting question.
I don't know, because the fact that this is a tree and it has some strange benefit for these people makes me think of the tree that we saw while going to the York village.
I mean, it potentially could make it more inhabitable for a demonic force to come into this plane of existence.
But the tree with the Orc village was different. It wasn't like it was for benefit. It was more like this is the consolidation of something else.
But it was something that could very easily be used to benefit someone.
The tree was basically this world's equivalent of a miracle being performed by a god. It was basically
miracle.
I kind of described it a little weird, but it was basically there is something so heinous and so terrible that the world counterbalanced itself with something very, very good.
Well, I mean, we also found that thing was inherently kind of evil as well. Right?
It still wasn't perfect. There was still the memories of people locked up there. However, the memories were there either way. It was kind of like something good being taken out of something inherently bad.
Well, it was useful.
This different. This is more of an outright perversion of nature. But to answer your question, yes, it is possible that an area that has been desecrated by the fallout from a person creating a phylactery could make it more inhabitable to a demonic force to enter into this plane of existence. However, it would have to be it's not like it would automatically just attract, some demon into the world.
Well, also,
you'd still need to.
I mean, how would a demonic cult like this start? Does it is the implication that people would actively seek out demons in times of need?
Yes.
Yeah.
With also without a full picture of how this city ended up the way it did, there's no telling if these are people who have lived here for millennia or if these are people who have wandered in and they've come across this. So that kind of plays a part. Maybe I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
This could be a generational thing that's been passed down since whatever cataclysm raised this city. Or this could just be, hey, I wandered over here 15 years ago and I started killing my friends and they turned into trees, so I started just eating the fruit from their body trees.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I think even 15 years would be a little long. Like, logistically speaking, if it kind of depends on how much the fruit sustains them, because if it's only like a day's worth of food, then
I don't think it is.
I don't
Those
know.
people are
I was
told me that
using
they've looked
using
up
15 years as just like it was just a random number. It's
yeah. I'm just saying, like, there's the possibility that these people have been here like a month or something. Like,
I mean, like,
I have my doubts about that.
it depends. It depends on.
It's because like these people are entirely like you were able to figure out they're their own separate group that you'd assume from a different continent, and then they seem perplexed by the idea of like
a dragon.
some of these other races.
Yeah.
So it's like they're pretty insular.
Yeah. Which is a question of, do they have like parts of their memory altered when they come here, or
It's also possible, and this is me completely spitballing it here. It's also possible that this fruit is some sort of life-sustaining fruit. Like, these might be the original denizens of this city who were here millennia ago before the foundation of modern culture. So, them being shocked by a Dragonborn, they might not have known Dragonborn even existed.
I mean, like, I don't know, like, mentally, like, I'm thinking of is that, like, like, what I'm assuming happened to this land, very similar to the Orc village. Everything that happened here is just kind of a slow, natural, I mean, I guess, like, unnatural effect of the phylactery. As though, like, if we had just given the Orc village enough time, it would have come out kind of similar to the Deadlands. And just give it another century. But like, I'm assuming that like before the Great Divide, this was probably a very successful place, probably a very well-populated city, a densely populated city that could actually feed people. But then afterward, the phylactery was put here, kind of slowly destroyed the land, filled it with monsters, polluted it, made this weird kind of oily but like wet soil that couldn't grow food.
Also, who's to say that Talistar didn't Xerxes this city and use the denizens of the city to make the phylactery?
I mean, like, it's feasible.
It's feasible. So I mean,
but
but at that point, that's conjecture.
Yeah.
This is like such a much bigger place in the Orc village, so we might have only like killed some of the population, and the others just did this.
Well, there's a lot of conjecture. But we can
do what we can,
and then Sam can take us to someone who knows something.
Do what we can to figure out the history of this place, and based on how these people got here, we'll
go from there.
Figure something out.
So, yeah, as y'all are having this conversation, you hear the procession inside begin to wrap up. And the first person out is Sam. He hurries out, shuts the door behind him, and he's just like,
"Hello, Sam.
What are you doing here?"
Seeing what's going on.
You immediately notice Sam's skin has grown a lot like fuller of a complexion. Hello. Hello, Matthew.
Welcome, Tippy.
Welcome, Tippy.
Oh, hey guys.
Welcome to your funeral.
I just woke up.
We found a death cult.
Tippy just stopped T-posing.
Tippy,
pay attention to these racist people.
Matthew,
Wait,
yeah, we found a
I'm
bunch of
waking up.
racist
What?
death cult people.
Racist?
They
Just be quiet,
kill
Tippy. One of the
people.
races is explaining what's going on.
Yeah,
They
they kill
turn
people
people
and
into
then
fruit.
turn people into trees that they eat the fruit from. That's all.
This is basically the plot of Troll 2.
Yeah. Oh my god, then they're gonna eat me.
Tippy,
Oh
you're sleeping in someone's bag.
Right.
through all
Sorry
of
to
this.
interrupt. Am I supposed to be able to see the whole map right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Michael got rid of the old system.
Yeah,
didn't he?
Michael was like gamifying it was
Okay,
stupid.
okay.
We're doing this.
Pretend I'm not here. Just keep going. I'll hop in.
Actually, I'm gonna move this.
I don't want to slow anyone down.
As this is where y'all are now.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Is David dead?
No, he's fine. I'll talk about it after.
He died.
So yeah, Sam's complexion looks a lot more healthy. Like you didn't notice it before, but maybe it looked a little sickly, but not enough to be noticeable. Now he looks much healthier, and as he says, like, "What the hell are y'all doing here?" Tippy, you poke your head out of the bag. You wake up finally, and
Whose
you
bag
see
went in?
this like.
Answer the question, Michael.
I'm gonna say you're in Vico's bag. There is this. You are inside of like a sandstone building of some kind with tight corridors. It's not very brightly lit in here, and there is a like blonde-haired, blue-eyed human that is currently addressing like the entire group, but mostly not Falknir. Falknir threatened to kill him. Probably Vico and you, Tippy, with your passive perception, notice his skin his entire body's like skin pulses a little bit when he says that. Like a ripple goes across his body. It's subtle, but you notice it. It doesn't look normal or natural.
This guy's glowing. This guy's glowing.
not like a ripple of light, like
Like
a
physically rippling.
yeah, like physical, like
that's
worms
not cool.
just ran up his skin.
Oh, that's not cool. We're still respecting their cultural identity now.
That guy's
what
got
are
one
you?
of them heebie-jeebies.
What are you doing here?
Well, we figured we'd come and get some
Come on.
answers,
Come on.
since you refuse to answer them.
Apologies for my associates. We don't understand your rituals.
You can't stay here. You need to get out now.
What, the temple?
Yes.
So you want us to open up the door with all the snake people outside?
I'll
I
be more
don't
than
care
happy
where
to.
you go. You cannot stay.
We can leave the door open.
I'll leave the door open. Make sure they'll
Get your
feel
own
nice
stuff,
at home.
Do you really?
Look, sir, I don't want to make this difficult, but we're gonna need some answers.
Hear shuffling behind the door as the rest of the members begin to
Sam-
make their way towards and out. You like
We can start walking towards the entrance, and then you can answer our questions there.
Yes, why don't you escort us out, Sam?
Yes,
For
why
your
don't you do that?
for your sake, let's go.
Was that good
And
spirit?
he's gonna start leading out towards the entrance.
Oh, but it's all right. You could maybe do a little better.
Alright, I'll try a little better next time.
I'm gonna like pet Tippy's head. Let you take
I
it.
purr.
I'm gonna take Tippy out of the bag. I'm gonna put her on my shoulder.
I lay on your shoulder and I vibrate at an inconstant frequency.
Ooh.
Dude, is Tippy made of liquid?
There is no rhythm to my motion.
Tippy like an FM radio.
I'll make your way back to the
101.7.
entrance. And he ushers you all into the hallway and around the first bend. And he glares at y'all and is, what do you want?
Answers.
Answers. How many fucking times do I need to say it?
Answers to what?
The question
Yes,
I
I would-
asked you when I came in. Who the hell are you people?
Vico, this is not. I understand you're upset. Understand that that was an upsetting thing to have described and to witness and to know happened, and that it completely conflicts with all of your ideals. But impartiality is key when talking to someone who has a completely different cultural foundation to you. Do you understand?
Fine.
Okay. Sam, we come from a culture, a society where human sacrifice is taboo, to say the least. So, we're wondering, how did this start, and how long has it been going on? What are core beliefs in your society? This small group that you have here.
You wanted to answer the question, Sam?
I assume it's Michael thinking.
Sam's a little cannibal piss, baby.
Our culture has been handed down for generations. I don't much appreciate you people showing up and barging in on our most holy ritual. It's the only thing that has allowed our people to survive for generations, for as long as we have recorded. So,
We are very sorry about that, Sam, but different circumstances, I'm afraid. We weren't aware that that was such a holy ritual that was going on. And as our compatriot said, it is quite upsetting.
One of our
no
core
disrespect.
tenets. One of our core tenets as a culture is the value of life, especially for these angels. So, seeing a potential death that we had the opportunity to prevent overrode our impartiality, let's say. Would you mind telling us some beliefs about your god? Erin does hesitate when he says the word god, but
Yes, like maybe its name.
We're just curious. We have a different belief system, it seems.
if you so wish to be educated, then you can wait here until tomorrow. I will come to get you in the morning.
Sam, that's not going to work.
Yes, we are on a very tight timetable.
We have our ways of doing things. If you want to know more about our culture, you will do it the right way. Otherwise, you can leave.
I'm ready to disintegrate this guy.
Let's not do that.
yeah, I don't think that's the answer.
Why are you guys?
No, no, I know.
I
man?
bid you adieu then, Sam. enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Some of these word choice.
All right, are you leaving?
Vico's walking. If nobody else has to follow, Vico's walking.
I'm about to make a stupid decision, everyone.
Look, by walking away, I'm stopping myself from making a stupid decision.
Wait, did Spirit say that?
No. I grab Vico's shoulder. I just walk, and I'm like, wait, Spirit, make this stupid.
He's so
Yeah, I say that out loud. Yeah, I'm about
If
to
Spirit says that, I jump on
Everyone.
Spirit's shoulder.
Vico kind of like Virgil pops Black Lotus a little bit out of the hilt at just the ready. He's turned away that way, Sam doesn't really see it, but he's.
Tippy's giggling.
Spirit's gonna cast Dominate Person on Sam.
There we go, baby. There we go, baby.
And I'm gonna overcharge it, so it's a +5 to the DC.
That's what we've been working
Damn.
God, what does that take the DC to? By the way?
This one it takes the DC to this at 22.
Jeez.
What type of save is it?
Yeah, it's a Wisdom save.
Yeah, he cannot succeed.
Yep.
God damn.
Well, I mean, isn't it actually
I love you. So
holy shit!
So yeah, he
Holy
fails.
schmitch! What the heck?
I need to see if I explode or not.
he dominates him, explodes.
It was Tippy.
He's dead. The Tippy is dead.
The
Oh,
Tippy
it's
is
fine.
dead.
It's only super effective against frogs. Oh.
Oh. It's an
um,
airborne pathogen that only hurts amphibians.
Tippy's dead.
okay, I've dominated the person. I now have a minute, guys. We don't have long.
Who are you and why are you being so mean to me?
Answer all my friends' questions.
Well, go on then.
This is highly
Do not answer
unorthodox.
hers. What's the name of your god?
Do not answer.
Well, come on, answer Spirit's question. What is the name of your god?
Good God.
What is the name of your god?
Come on, Michael. We only have a minute.
Good God. Sorry.
Can we institute a turn counter?
Holy schmitch!
Oh God. God's name is Garnet.
Someone write that
Oh
down.
my god.
Oh,
Fucking
That's
cock.
bad.
What are the creatures outside of this temple?
Monsters.
What caused the monsters to show up?
I don't know.
Oh my god. Anyone have any questions?
Yeah, I got one.
How long have you
No.
all been here?
That's
I don't think he knows that.
Generations.
ask if he knows anything about Talistar.
Do you know anything about Talistar?
Who is that?
Why are you
What do
being
you know
so
about
mean to me?
Garnet?
What was that?
What do you know about Garnet?
He blessed our people with food and the ability to
What will
survive
people
for
do if they figure out we
generations.
haven't left?
Likely attack you
How often do people come down this corridor?
every day
Wait, I have a
How
good one.
powerful are
at
you?
morning and at night.
I actually have a good one.
How strong are your people?
God has blessed us with
Tippy,
a
what is
great
your
deal of strength.
Why does he have the squiggly wigglies?
That's oh. My friend noticed something weird about your squiggly wigglies.
It's a common Fae problem.
What does that mean?
He's gonna tell you.
Do you mean this? And he holds his hand up, and his entire arm explodes out into waving flesh tendrils, and then
Ooh.
Oh my
reforms into a
God.
hand, and
Yes,
then the
I
minute
think
is
those
up.
I think those are the squiggly wigglies.
And then the
Oh,
minute is up.
dear God.
I'm gonna recast Dominate Person.
I'm gonna burn it.
We are getting
This one's only a 17 though.
All right.
Only a
So
17.
he has a -1 to his wisdom is the thing. So let's see. It's a 2.
All right, we got another minute.
Okay, we don't have much longer.
Shit.
What was that?
Our people's power.
Specifically,
What did it do?
Do your people have weaknesses?
Ooh, good one.
Acid.
Does Garnet have weaknesses?
No, I don't know.
Where is Garnet?
I don't know. He is our god.
do you know of anything of a phylactery?
What is that?
Yeah. No, he didn't know anything
What's
about
2 plus 2?
4.
Nope, you're not allowed
They
to
can
answer
do
the
math.
questions.
Hey, got him.
Is there anything else in Is there anything else in this desert of great power?
To the west, there's said to be an artifact that belonged to our god at one time.
Write that down. Write that down.
What do you think we should ask you?
Is there anything else that is there anything we should know for our own safety in the temple?
Do not anger the patrons and stay
Oh, great.
out.
Are you gonna be mad?
All right, I
after
think we should get out.
What is the most
And
useful?
the fifth brick in the wall over there can be pushed in, which opens and closes the gates.
Oh,
Okay.
well, that's useful.
Good to know.
Garnet, please pronate yourself and restrain yourself with, I don't know, something. Sam, not Garnet. Sam, please pronate yourself and restrain yourself.
Anyone have rope?
He lays down on the ground, and his and a
Wait, hold on.
tendril-
Garnet, let me do this thing to you.
Oh,
And I cast whole person on him.
You gonna cast
They'll
one
give us-
person?
Yeah. I tell him, hey, let me do this thing to you. And
Actually,
I cast whole
let
person.
let Erin do that because
Oh.
short rest spell slots.
Do not resist my friend's spells.
Yeah. Erin's gonna cast hold persons, golden ethereal chains, lock him in place.
He gets on the ground. He gets frozen in place, and then the minute of dominate person is up,
Is he still
and
being held?
and he is still just on the ground. Just like,
I'm really sorry about that one, Sam, but we needed information.
Tippy's gonna hop off Spirit and go up to him and touch him on some skin.
What are you doing, Tippy?
I'm
Power
poisoning this man.
kill.
Oh my god, don't poison him!
I'm gonna poison him. I'm gonna lick a free part of his body.
God!
Hit
I'm gonna
frog on.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Get
lick
frogged
a
on.
free part.
He
of
fails.
it. Okay. He is now poisoned.
Dude, this
They're gonna turn
he was
him
just going
into the
about his
tree
day
next.
as he
They're
was just
gonna
going
turn
about
him
his
into the
day as
tree
an
next.
average cult member.
Yeah.
No,
Did he
no,
taste me?
don't try and make me feel bad for Sam.
He
Sam did nothing wrong.
Compared to other
tasted-
humanoids that I have licked.
He did taste a little gross compared to normal humanoids.
Why?
Don't get any ideas.
No, he takes 2d4 poison damage.
That's for the
Let's-
attack. The contact one is just the condition.
I can apply this poison. Oh, that's a piercing weapon. You're right.
We only have another minute of him being paralyzed. We have to get out of here now.
Let's go.
Bye.
I mean, we could kill him.
I don't.
Very easy.
As much as I would like to, I think we need to leave. We've gotten our
this-
answers.
No.
If we kill him, I think bad things would come our way.
Well, the snakes then.
30 seconds to him.
Into the snake.
How about we let
Unbinding.
the snakes in?
I don't know if there's any hiding places in here. This place is too crowded.
I think we should
Besides,
just.
Wait,
Leave.
what
If you
level are we
want-
in?
if we lock ourselves in here, we'll be trapped with these cultists of Garnet.
Technically, I mean, we could open the door, run out, and then rope trick. Hide in there.
Yeah, I was about to say I could
Exactly.
rope trick us so we don't have to worry about the snakes. They deal with the snakes.
That was a really good idea.
Wandering.
Let's do that now, shall we?
Okay, keep your plan. Fucking go, bolt.
Start pulling out my rope as we.
All right, so
we go.
it was the fifth brick, was it, that opens the gate?
Yeah,
All right, I'm gonna
go,
tap it.
You push it, and it begins to grind open, kind of slowly.
Once they see us, Falknir rope trick.
Yep. I have it prepared. I'm preparing.
And Falknir, you prepare to cast rope trick as everyone begins to hurry their way out. Is anyone going to stay to hit the button again to close it before?
Don't worry about that, guys. I have stone shape.
How far, Michael, how far in? Hold on. How far into the building is the fifth brick?
It's only like about 7 feet.
7 feet? I'll just use Vezaz then.
All right. Yeah, you leave Vezaz behind with
Vezaz, as it's opening and everything, like Vezaz is just like signaling them. And he's like, "Come on in, come on, come on!" Like
Sam paralyzed on the ground, seeing this happen.
Just like, what the fuck?
Vezaz is gonna turn around and just like, shh, just watch the show.
Everyone runs out. Vezaz hits the button. The door begins to close. Sam finally becomes unparalyzed, and he
and unpoisoned.
It's only a minute.
It's 1 minute. It might. I guess it might last for a few seconds after he's on.
Yeah, it would last a little longer.
He gets up, and just the last thing that Vezaz sees is him like fling his arm towards him, and just seemingly blood and viscera explode out of his hand all over his side, and then he just disappears because he has one hit point and it's an AoE save.
Fuck yeah.
Y'all are outside back in the darkness as Falknir casts rope trick.
God damn it.
I will pull the rope up after I cast rope trick as well.
Yep.
After everyone's inside.
It was useful information we gathered there.
Yes, I'd say so.
That was incredible use. That was some very quick thinking, Spirit.
Yes, that was quite useful actually.
Oh.
So, are we all on the same train of thought that this artifact in the west may just be the phylactery?
Likely not the phylactery.
A weapon. The phylactery wasn't really much of a weapon last time. It looked more like the phylactery in the Orc Village was like big. That was like a boulder-sized thing, right, Michael?
It was a series of sigils that were carved into stone, and then they took that entire chunk of ground out of the ground and then strung it up in a cage.
He said it was a weapon used by Garnet, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said it was an artifact belonging.
Yeah, he said it was an artifact close to Garnet.
He didn't specify that it was a weapon.
And this is also a guy who's been taught that Garnet was a god, so his testimony is dubious at best.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it's still worth checking out.
Yeah, obviously it's worth checking out.
Absolutely.
Good direction to go.
Whether or not it's the phylactery or not,
If we can find anything to give us an edge on Garnet, yeah. Or on this whole fucking Manson family in general. Fuck.
Well, we all got out unscathed, so that was good.
That's the first time in a while.
If we encounter any more of those people, now we know that they have tentacle arms and they're weak to acid.
I mean,
Let's steer clear of them in the foreseeable future.
considering that they seem to have abilities similar to what was described by Valindra, I think acid could potentially be useful against Garnet itself.
I think these people. I think these people probably started as parts of Garnet. I mean,
I could see that.
we know we could split himself off, and if these people have supposedly existed for a generation, I mean, I don't know. I could be making it up, but it could be pieces of him or something.
Though it's, I don't
Also,
think
can all of you say your codes?
Or say my code.
Y'all are all able to say your codes.
Okay.
Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Good to check, especially considering I was blinded for a time. After any encounter we have with anything related to Garnet, we should refresh.
Well, it's safe to say that if any part or influence of Garnet was here, he knows exactly what we know now.
And as y'all sit inside of Rope Trick overlooking the nighttime town, the next hurdle for y'all to figure out is how to get around at night now that how to get around now that y'all are stranded out here at night without any form of protection once the Rope Trick runs out, with
people?
monsters crawling around every corner.
Do we get a short rest while in the rope trick?
You can, but that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Gotcha.
Gotcha, Mike.
We get to use the fortress again.
Oh, Tippy pulls on Falkner's shirt asking for water.
Wombacher.
Always Michael, hit your outro.
I love you.
I love